Hey friends, it's Missy, and I am back on the Hip Kit Club YouTube channel, finally. I know I've been missing in action for about 2 weeks, and if you weren't aware, my personal YouTube channel was hacked by some bleepity bleep 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 who decided to remove me as the manager, and I could no longer log in. And then he started uploading a bunch of spam junk videos, and YouTube eventually removed the channel. And so I am in contact with Google on a daily basis, and they claim that they are working to fix it. I am hoping that this happens soon, but I can't do anything on my own channel because it doesn't exist at the moment. And so I am going to be uploading what I can for Hip Kit Club on the Hip Kit channel here, and hopefully this will be resolved soon. I'll keep you posted, but until then, you can still watch a few of my videos here on this channel. So what I'm doing here is I'm going to make a mixed media layout using the 2019 November hip kits and the December documented kits. I got everything, and I'm just going to pile it all together to make layouts with, because I don't really do December documented or anything like that, so I like to just use everything on a layout. So if you've gotten your December daily or December documented and the November kits, then you've seen a lot of the exclusive papers. So what I'm going to do is start with this Santa baby cut file, and they should be uploaded on the Hip Kit website. So this is one of the free cut files for this month, and I'm going to start with that, and I'm going to go through the papers. I've already got some papers here chosen, and I'm just going to trace the letters, cut them out, and back the letters here, or back the open spaces. Hopefully I won't stumble over my words. I haven't done a voiceover in 2 weeks, and honestly it feels like I'm starting fresh, like I've never done this before. So hopefully this layout will turn out okay, and hopefully everything that I say will make sense, because I feel a little rusty, so please bear with me. I'm scrapping a picture of my youngest daughter with Santa. This was at her school, I think back in 2014, so it's been a while. And I wanted to use some non-traditional colors on this layout. I wanted to use a little bit of red, but not really any green. I wanted pinks and golds and silvers and aquas. And so you can kind of see there the color scheme that I'm going with. Now the N is actually the sheet of vellum with the gold dots. So I stuck that to some white cardstock before I put the vellum down, so you wouldn't be able to see through the vellum. Now for the A, I used some of the pink cardstock from the cardstock kit, and I wanted to add a little bit of shading to that, so I just smudged a little bit of white gesso on the left side of the A, and then I'm going to come in with some of the Lindy's magical powders that come in the November color kits, and this is the pink one. It is called Papa Pink. That is so funny. I love these names. And it's really pretty. It's got multiple colors in it. It's got a little bit of red, a little bit of pink, and then when it dries, it's this beautiful pink color. I'm going to add in a couple of dabs of other pinks from Lindy's, the sprays. If you've gotten the color kits over the last several months, then you probably have all of these sprays that I'm using. We've gotten blues and pinks and greens and yellows, even some purple shades in the past, and so I've got all those ready to use here. So what I wanted to do with the snowflake and the baby was use this amazing, I'm not kidding, I need this in every color, this Nouveau Glimmer Paste. This is the first time I've used this, and I'm just sticking my finger in it. It is so easy to use. It is so sparkly and so textured when it dries. I want to use this on everything. You can see how easy this is, and then once it's dry, look at this. Look at this shimmer and this, oh my goodness, it's so glittery, and it doesn't rub off because it's in some paste. So yeah, you could rub this over a stencil. I think on my first layout for this month, I scraped some onto the background. Yeah, I love that stuff. I need multiple colors of that ASAP. It's wonderful. So what I did in the beginning when I was talking about my channel on this paper, this is one of the exclusive pattern papers. I coated it with some clear gesso. I'm trying out some different gessos on my backgrounds. And the first thing that I put on it was some clear gesso that is by, hang on a second, Finnabair Art Basics. And I put that down, and then I came back and mixed in some white gesso with it because I did want to fade out a big center chunk of those snowflakes. And so, yeah, I'm trying a little bit of a different mix of the gessos here because in the past, when I use a lot of water with the Lindy's products, they tend to get really, really light when they dry. So I'm just trying out some new things here. I wanted some reddish tones and some pink tones, and I'm using both of the powders that we get in the color kit, and then as well as some of the sprays, like I said earlier, from older kits. So I want lots of pinks and reds on the background here to start, and I'm going to come back in later with some aqua colors. But yeah, I'm just playing around here, making like a nice big splotch. You can kind of see there, I did dab a little bit of that up with my paper towel, and then I also used some of my my heat tool to dry that, but it did soften up quite a bit. So I think I just need to put the white gesso down first and then the clear gesso on top of it. And for some reason I did it backwards. Honestly, I think I was nervous about filming, and I just wasn't even thinking because I haven't, like I said, I haven't filmed in 2 weeks. I feel like a beginner again, and so I was just kind of all over the place, but it works out. So what I did here to add a little bit of darker red shades was just pull in some gelatos from my stash. Gelatos are super easy to use. They kind of rub on like lipstick, and then they're very easy to smudge and blend, especially if the background is still a little bit damp. Like my background is not completely dry, and so that makes it very easy to just use my finger to smudge the color around. And they activate really well with water, so those are fun to use. And you can just kind of see there how that turned out. I like how that looks. And now I'm going to come in with a little bit of an aqua color to match that light aqua color that I've got going on in the cut file. So what I did was I mixed 2 colors of Lindy's that we've gotten in previous kits. One is a green color, and then another is that light turquoise blue color. Let me see. The green color is Mad Hatter Mint, and the blue is Tiffany Lou Blue. And when you mix those 2 together, you get a really pretty aqua color. So I started out by just doing some splatters to have some hints of that color on the background, but then I felt like it really wasn't enough. So I'm just going to keep working with it, add a little bit more here and there. And it actually worked out really well. I was worried about the blue or the aqua color reactivating the red and pink tones, but it actually worked out. So I let the background dry a little bit more, and then I'm going to come in with that same blue-green mixture and add a little bit of shading to the T. This is basically just going to give a little bit of a darker tone to that T, since I want to focus a little bit more on that aqua color. So I'm going to let the background dry a little bit more, and in the meantime I'm going to add some adhesive foam behind the cut file, and this is just going to pop it up off the page a little bit to create some dimension and some shadowing, which I love. So I like how this is looking, but I feel like the background needs more of that aqua color. So I mixed up a little bit more of the green and the blue, and then very sparingly added a little bit at a time, because like I said, I was worried about this blue-green being wet, reactivating the red and the pink already on the background, but it didn't, because I did let it dry. And so this blue-green color that I'm using, it just kind of went on top of it, and so it stood out a lot better than I thought it was going to, because I was worried that it might make a muddy brownish color, but it didn't. And I tried to add the blue color where there wasn't a lot of the red, but I did want that color visible behind the word baby and kind of to the left of the photo and around up at the top where the S is in Santa. And so I'm just very carefully adding a little bit with the brush, adding a little bit of smudging with my finger, and not using a ton of water. So I think that's a good way to layer different colors on top of each other is, you know, definitely wait till the first layer dries if you don't want them to blend. All right, so now I'm going to work on building everything else. So since I've got this big cut file as the focal point of the design, is the perfect spot to put a photo, or a couple of smaller photos is right to the left of the B. And I am going to overlap a little bit on top of the A and the N, but you can still tell what it says, so I wasn't worried about it, you know, ruining the title or anything. So just to add a little bit of layering behind my photo, I added some white tissue paper as well as one of the exclusive Pocket Life cards. And then I went through all of the embellishments. There are a ton. There are so many stickers. There are chipboard stickers. There are leatherette type of stickers. There are puffy stickers or die cuts, you name it. Everything is in these kits. And I basically just picked out things that were small and that had these colors. I didn't want anything that was green because there's basically no green on this layout. There's a little bit in the picture, but that's about it. Picked out things that were the blue color, pink, red, and just went from there. And there were lots of little aqua blue colored things, tiny things like a couple of hearts, some little snowflakes. There was a present. And then I love that little leatherette sticker that I put on the left of the bottom part of the photo that's got the pink and the red and the blue presents. That was perfect. I put a magical, I think that's a puffy sticker down at the bottom. I like that pop of red down there at the bottom. And then I put some round circle stickers on the centers of the A's. So before I glue anything down, I'm going to add in my thread. I mixed together red and pink thread over here to the right, and then I'm going to add the aqua color over to the left. And something that took me forever to realize is on the T, there's still another stem of the snowflake that I forgot to add silver to. It's basically blank, and I don't know why I didn't notice that when I added the silver nouveau in the beginning, but I do finally realize that I missed that, so I'm going to come back in later and add that in there. But for now, I'm just working on layering, and I've got a lot of things that I'm going to use. I'm going to leave where they are. I know that the photo is going to go where it is. I know that the cut file is going to go where it is. So I'm going to very carefully start to just kind of roll it up and add some glue and stick it down. It's going crooked here, but I'm going to make sure that it's straight before it dries. So I decided to add some more snowflakes. I went through the package of white die cuts that are in the color kit, and I'm going to come back to that Nouveau silver glimmer paste and just again use my finger as a paintbrush and just rub this silver paste all over these snowflakes. I love this paste. Look at this. It's so easy and it coats so nicely, and it's kind of rough and glittery when you touch it. Such great texture, and the shimmer is just amazing. So I'm going to scatter these snowflakes around the layout. I wanted to add some more things, but I wanted to kind of focus on, since the background has snowflakes, I thought that these snowflakes would be perfect to kind of scatter around. I'm going to add that red Holly Jolly puffy sticker to the right of the photo and kind of overlap it a little bit, and then make sure all the snowflakes are glued down. I just glued those directly to the background. I didn't worry about adding any dimension to those because they're so tiny. There's no way I would be able to cut my adhesive foam that small. Well, I probably could, but I just didn't worry about it. I'm going to use that little leather bow sticker and this little puffy heart down here at the bottom just to bring a pop of that blue color down to that part of the page. And then, yeah, everything I'm going to use here winds up being pretty small. Here's where I finally realized, oh, yeah, you forgot the bottom part of the snowflake. So I'm going to go back in with my finger, of course, and add that. So now that that snowflake is done, I did add a little pink puffy sticker to the middle of it. Now here's where I decided I needed some gold. I almost stuck with silver, but then I realized there's gold in the N I used that vellum with the gold dots, and I thought that can't be the only gold thing. And I've already used a ton of silver. So I pulled out that Jen Hadfield gold glimmer spray from the December documented kit. And let me tell you, that stuff is exactly like Heidi Swapp Gold Color Shine. I'm not kidding. It's basically the same thing. So if you are missing yourself some Heidi Swapp Gold Color Shine, get that Jen Hadfield spray because it's the same thing. Okay, here's where I changed my mind. I thought about using the spray on this 25th circle wood veneer piece, but then I decided to emboss it. So I put gesso on it at first and then changed my mind. So I'm going to emboss it. I totally had forgotten that there was a jar of this Moxie gold embossing powder in the kits as well. So I remembered at the last minute and thought, let's emboss it and watch this magic. Ooh, I love watching embossing happen. It's so easy to do, and it's ready within seconds. It's already dry. Shimmer, shiny, hello. I don't care if it's gold or silver. Yeah. I've been in the mood to mix and match silver and gold together. I'm going to add that to the top of the layout right there. I just wanted a little something up at the top, and I thought, we need some gold. Since we've got lots of silver, let's add in the gold. And we're just going to use both of them because, yeah, I got to use that gold embossing powder and the spray, and I want to use the silver glimmer from Nuvo. They're all amazing. It's just hard to pick and choose which one to use. I'm almost done here. I'm adding my journaling with my metallic gold pen, and I added the date, and I did add some pink splatters, but that's it. There's the final layout, and I hope you guys enjoyed this. Like I said, I feel kind of rusty. I have still been making layouts, but it has just been very hard for me to get in the creative zone because of what's happened to my channel. And so I hope this wasn't too busy for you. I hope I explained everything well. Make sure you check out hipkitclub.net to check out all these kits. They are off the charts amazing. And I hope this inspires you to make a fun, messy mixed media layout, and don't be afraid to mix and match the gold. Let me know if you guys have any questions. I'll be sure to check in here on the YouTube channel for Hip Kits and respond to your comments if you have any questions. And I'll keep you posted on my own channel once I know what's going on. But thank you so much for watching. I hope you guys have a great week, and I will see you next time.